Victim involved in Vince McMahon. Accident recounts ordeal of the multi-vehicle collision, lucky to have survived. A woman who was involved in the multi-vehicle car accident caused by former WWE chairperson Vince McMahon has narrated her side of the story over social media. A fair share of trouble has surrounded Mr. McMahon after being embroiled in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. He is yet to stand trial for it in court. The road accident adds more to his plate. Vince McMahon was involved in a serious car crash on Thursday while driving northbound in Connecticut. According to TMZ, the incident took place at 9 a.m. local time when Mr. McMahon was driving his Bentley GT Continental on Route 15 in Westport. The former WWE executive collided with the back of a 2023 BMW 430 and then struck a median wooden beam guardrail. The third car, a Ford Fusion which was heading south on the two-lane highway, then became involved, causing a multi-vehicle accident. Barbara Doran, who was driving the BMW, shared her experience of the accident in Connecticut. On Facebook, Doran posted that she was lucky to survive the collision. Barbara also revealed that Vince McMahon had hit her from behind while going 80-90 miles per hour. While their cars were badly damaged, Doran and her dog miraculously survived as she managed to control her vehicle. The trooper told me afterwards that McMahon saw me last minute and swerved, hitting my left rear, but that if he had hit me head-on, there might have been a very different ending for me, Doran's post read. Vince McMahon has been charged with reckless driving and received a misdemeanor summons. The former WWE chairperson and CEO is expected to appear in court next month. Notably, the incident happened just hours before the legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan passed away at his Florida residence at age 71. McMahon posted a statement on Hogan's passing and called him a trailblazer in the wrestling industry who became a global phenomenon. WWE founder Vince McMahon was involved in a three-car collision on Thursday. No one was seriously injured in the accident, but McMahon's 2024 Bentley was badly damaged in the crash. McMahon was cited for a misdemeanor summons for reckless driving and is scheduled to appear in court next month regarding the incident. TMZ broke the news on Tuesday that McMahon was driving north in Westport, Connecticut. He collided with the back of a BMW and struck a wooden guardrail in the median. A third vehicle was also involved when the driver ran into the debris from the incident. Everyone was wearing a seatbelt, but the airbags in Vince McMahon's Bentley and the BMW deployed. News broke that WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan passed away on the same day as McMahon's accident. The story only gained wider coverage later. McMahon made a rare post on X to acknowledge Hulk Hogan and his importance to WWE history. The world lost a treasure today. Hulk Hogan was the greatest WWE superstar of all time, someone who was loved and admired around the world, McMahon wrote. He was a trailblazer, the first performer who transitioned from being a wrestling star into a global phenomenon. WrestlingInc.com wrote a feature detailing the complicated relationship that Hogan and Vince had over the decades. The duo experienced various disputes and challenges, from creative differences to business issues. However, Hogan gave his thoughts on McMahon during An Evening with Hulk Hogan, back in 2015. There are two Vince McMahons, Hulk Hogan explained. The first Vince McMahon, on a personal level, would give you the shirt off his back. The other Vince McMahon is a businessman. And there's nothing personal at all. It's either good for him business-wise or it's not. There's no attachment, there's no second chances, it's cut and dry with Vince. So, on a personal level, I like him very much. On a business level, I respect him. He's a good guy. He really is. If you get to know Vince, he's fun to be around. Vince McMahon's reputation has become more controversial in 2025. After decades of scrutiny, the consequences of his choices are being publicly examined. WWE would not exist in its current form without Vince McMahon or Hulk Hogan. However, it's complicated to talk about these men and their accomplishments once the full picture of their careers and personal lives is exposed. Ever since the WWE and UFC merger into TKO Sports for $21 billion, Vince McMahon has been a complicated figure to discuss. There is no question that he has built an entertainment empire comparable to few in history. He is often compared to P.T. Barnum, which is high praise. However, the problem is acknowledging Vince's faults. He becomes a very difficult man to defend despite being a pioneer. His absence is felt in the wrestling world every day. WWE has been on a strong run over the past few years, but the day will come when Vince McMahon passes away, and his legacy will need to be discussed just as we have reflected on Hulk Hogan this week. Will McCormick. Will McCormick covers the NFL, NBA, WNBA, and MLB for Heavy.com with a focus on the New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens, and Carolina Panthers. McCormick has produced thousands of articles and interviewed more than 500 C-suite executives and military leaders in government contracting. More about Will McCormick. WWE star Tonga Loa was seen with a head injury in a video of the MFT faction on Friday during the build-up to the Solo Sikoa vs. Jacob Fatu steel cage match at SummerSlam. The video, released by the official account of SummerSlam, suggested that the injury was the result of an apparent staged car crash backstage. The episode where Loa appeared injured was part of the opening segment of WWE SmackDown, before the action began inside the arena. The outdoor segment featured the MFT faction and their chief, Solo Sikoa. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce can be seen surveying the staged accident scene, with police officers also present. In the video, the camera zooms in on Tonga Loa holding his head, as Sikoa and JC Matt explain to the officers about the incident. The details of the accident were not immediately clear. While the first segment of the episode dealt with the accident angle, the segment ended with the contract signing of Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Cena arrived late, after the American Nightmare, and the duo got into a fight. Eventually, Rhodes knocked down Cena and forced him to sign the contract for a street fight, even as he appeared dazed. The Cena vs. Rhodes second SummerSlam match is set for the weekend of August 2nd.